So time is one of our most precious resources, and it can be easily spent if you're constantly creating content, right? You don't have to waste a bunch of time on creating content every single day. Instead, you can repurpose your past content to increase your visibility and get more people excited about working with you. I'm Christy Hansvik. I'm the creator of the Content Simplified Academy. We help entrepreneurs organically expand their audiences, increase their reach, and grow their impact, all by creating one original piece of content a week. So let's dive in. Repurposing your content can be articles to get added SEO boost by targeting additional keywords. It can reinforce your message that you're trying to tell your audience. It keeps your branding consistent no matter what platform people are watching on. If you're trying to figure out how to repurpose your past content, let's chat all about the top suggestions about how to do it. So very first, turn multiple blog posts into an ultimate guide. So do you typically talk about the same topic in your blog posts? Most people do. And the way I teach it in the academy is that you have a specific set of themes. So you're always talking about the same thing. So if you do, consider taking all of those blog posts and merging them into an ultimate guide that offers maximum amount of information for your audience all in one place. So for example, if you sell vacuums, let's say, you might have written before about how to choose the best vacuum, how the best vacuum works, the top 10 vacuums for your budget. You can take all of those posts and turn them into an ultimate guide to vacuums. And then you have another post or another freebie or something that you can offer to your audience. If you find that your blog posts are outdated, you'll probably need to spend a little bit of time updating the information, but it's going to be worth your time to provide that incredible resource for your clients. Next, turn a blog post into a video or a podcast, which this is one of my very favorite things to do, and I talk about it quite often. Podcasts and videos are frequently used to pass the time, whether you're working on a project or commuting to work or even cooking dinner or doing the dishes. I always have something in my ear that I'm listening to. So if you take that content that you've already created and you turn it into a podcast or a video, it's easier to reuse the content. Not everyone wants to read a long blog post. So if you can provide multiple ways to access that information, it's going to increase and attract a different audience. Plus, it gives you additional time to expand on your topics and explain those ideas and details. And if creating videos and podcasts sounds exhausting to you, then considering hiring someone to make creating that content really easy for you. Finding someone to create a podcast for you is a really, really big service right now. Okay, next, turn a statistic into Twitter posts. This is something that not a lot of people think about. But in the blog post or the content that you've already created, you've probably used a ton of statistics to convey your message. So instead of using them once in your blog post and then having them disappear or get lost in the content abyss, turn them into a Twitter post. Okay, next, you can share your existing blogs from different viewpoints. So have you ever seen multiple commercials for the same product? The idea behind sharing your existing blogs from a different viewpoint works the same way. It allows you to reach various audiences by selling your post from a different point of view. Now, I use this example very often in some of my posts. So we have a client that she has a blog post that is very popular about ceiling fans. Kind of random, but it's about ceiling fans. And she has written it in two different viewpoints. So one is to home builders that might be interested in ceiling fans, but then she uses that same content and she talks about how consumers might look at ceiling fans or things they might look for. So it's the exact same topic, but it's different viewpoints, different audiences that she's trying to reach. Okay, next, create an FAQ page from your client's questions. So FAQs create a single location for your audience to find all the information that they need to know. These types of pages are handy because they combine all of that helpful information into one place. So you can think of the kind of questions that clients or prospects typically ask you, or things that you've already answered in blog posts, and you can just create an FAQ list. It makes it super simple to have different resources for those prospects. Okay, turn your testimonials into blog posts. Do you consistently ask your clients to leave reviews or create videos talking about how much they love using your product or service? Most of us don't. So really those reviews shouldn't sound manufactured or fake. So you want to ask them to do it when you're at the height of their service, when they're getting all kinds of results and super happy with the service that they're getting. So, but it also should be an accurate review describing how the clients felt after receiving your product or your service. So with this content, then you can create numerous blog posts highlighting each testimonial or review. And they're super easy to share on social media platforms. So don't forget to get testimonials. Okay, use quotes to easily create promotable content. Now, this is something else that I often talk about. More than animal videos, statistics, or clickbait articles, the internet loves quotes. We all see those little quote cards, right? That are cute and have a graphic and have a quote. But how often do we see those shared from other people, like from Oprah or Brene Brown or Tony Robbins? Really, you should be using those quote cards to share your message. It should be a quote from your written content that will excite or intrigue your audience. You want to make sure that the quote that you choose makes sense and provides context to your audience. So if the reader can't understand what you're talking about, they're not going to want to click on your article to learn more, and they'll just keep scrolling. So consider pulling out those key moments, so that important advice, the unique statistics, or a conclusion of the deep analysis on a post on your social media platform, and turn those into quote cards, put your logo on it, and then that becomes the shareable graphic on the internet that day instead of something from Oprah. Okay, last, use images or video on your Pinterest page. So if you frequently create image-heavy blog posts, or even use videos in those posts, you can create those images on social media platforms like Pinterest. So posting the photos are going to help you gain blog traffic, but it's also, if you link back to them to the original blog post, readers can choose to read more. And when you have those multiple graphics for Pinterest that all direct to one blog post, your traffic is going to increase as well. So repurposing your content is free and it's easy. It's a way to keep your content relevant to new industry trends and additional products and services that you've decided to offer. It's going to allow yourself to use content that you already created, so that you can create new content, which is going to save you hours and hours of time and energy to build from scratch. The great thing about repurposing too is that it's so easy to outsource. So if you don't have any extra space on your plate, as so many of us as entrepreneurs do, repurposing is a really great thing to outsource. So if you're unsure where to start with repurposing your content, you need some inspiration, some ideas, or some direction, or you're possibly ready to outsource, let's chat. I'm here for you, here to help. Bye.